Hunger Games Saga continues, new book and movie on the horizon. New York, AP, inspired by the profound ideas of an 18th century Scottish philosopher and the modern scourge of misinformation, Suzanne Collins is returning to the ravaged, post-apocalyptic land of Panem for a new addition to her The Hunger Games series. Scholastic announced Thursday that Sunrise on the Reaping, the 5th volume of Collins' blockbuster dystopian series, will be published on March 18, 2025. This highly anticipated novel delves into the events surrounding the reaping of the 50th Hunger Games, set 24 years before the original Hunger Games novel released in 2008 and 40 years after Collins' most recent book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Lionsgate, the studio behind the successful film adaptations of all 4 previous Hunger Games books, revealed later on Thursday that Sunrise on the Reaping will hit theaters on November 20th, 2026. Francis Lawrence, who directed all but the first Hunger Games movie, will return to helm this new project. The initial 4 Hunger Games books have achieved monumental success, selling over 100 million copies worldwide and being translated into numerous languages. Collins had seemingly concluded the series with the 2010 publication of Mockingjay, expressing in 2015 that it was time to move on to other lands. However, in a surprising twist, she announced 4 years later that she was developing what became The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which was released in 2020, set 64 years before the first book. Collins has consistently drawn upon rich historical and mythological sources for her storytelling. Her earlier Hunger Games books were deeply influenced by Greek mythology and the Roman gladiatorial games. For the forthcoming novel, Collins cites the inspiration of Scottish Enlightenment philosopher David Hume. With Sunrise on the Reaping, I was inspired by David Hume's idea of implicit submission and, in his words, the easiness with which the many are governed by the few, Collins stated. The story also lent itself to a deeper exploration of the use of propaganda and the power of those who control the narrative. The question, real or not real, seems more pressing to me every day. The Hunger Games movies have become a multi-billion-dollar franchise for Lionsgate. Jennifer Lawrence's portrayal of the heroine Katniss Everdeen in the film adaptations of The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, which was split into 2 parts, garnered widespread acclaim. Other notable actors in the series include Philip Seymour Hoffman, Josh Hutcherson, Stanley Tucci, and Donald Sutherland. Suzanne Collins is a master storyteller and our creative North Star, Lionsgate Chair Adam Fogelson said in a statement. We couldn't be more fortunate than to be guided and trusted by a collaborator whose talent and imagination are so consistently brilliant. The film adaptation of Songbirds and Snakes, starring Tom Blythe and Rachel Zegler, was released last year, continuing to expand the narrative universe of Panem. Furthermore, this fall will see the debut of a Hunger Games stage production in London, reflecting the series' enduring popularity and cultural impact. Collins' decision to revisit Panem comes at a time when the themes of her novels resonate deeply with contemporary audiences. The original Hunger Games series tackled issues such as totalitarianism, surveillance, and the spectacle of violence, all of which have become increasingly relevant in today's world. By exploring the 50th Hunger Games, Collins has the opportunity to shed light on the evolving dynamics of power and resistance within the dystopian society of Panem. Sunrise on the Reaping promises to offer a fresh perspective on the familiar themes of survival, loyalty, and the human spirit's capacity for both cruelty and compassion. Set in a time period closer to the establishment of the Hunger Games, this new installment will likely provide insights into the early days of the brutal tradition and the societal forces that shaped it. Fans of the series can expect Collins' signature blend of intense action, intricate political intrigue, and deep character development. As with her previous works, the new book is anticipated to challenge readers to reflect on the parallels between the fictional world of Panem and the real world, encouraging them to question the nature of power, control, and resistance. The announcement of Sunrise on the Reaping has already generated significant excitement among readers and critics alike. Social media platforms buzz with speculation about the book's plot and potential new characters. Many are eager to see how Collins will expand the lore of Panem and what new elements she will introduce to the beloved series. As the release date approaches, promotional activities and pre-orders are expected to surge, reflecting the high anticipation for Collins' return to the dystopian landscape she so vividly created. Scholastic and Lionsgate are likely to engage in extensive marketing campaigns to ensure that both the book and its film adaptation reach a wide audience. In conclusion, Suzanne Collins' announcement of Sunrise on the Reaping marks a significant moment in the Hunger Games saga. Drawing inspiration from historical philosophy and contemporary issues, Collins is set to deliver another thought-provoking and compelling narrative that will captivate readers and viewers alike. As the world awaits the release of this new novel and its subsequent film adaptation, the legacy of The Hunger Games continues to grow, proving that the story of Panem still has much to offer.